Hey guys, been a while since I made a video. I figured I'd throw a video out here for something to do. Idea here is I want to build a house. Managed to get a little bit of land, and what I want to do is orient the house so I can pretty much heat it with the sun. And so the idea is you have a house and you face it to the south, so we'll put south this way. Say south is that way, so north would be pointing this way, and that would be east, and this is west. So the sun will actually come up in the east, and throughout the day it's going to come around and then set in the west. So all day long this sun can be beaten on this house, during the winter. And of course the sun's down lower in the winter. In the summer it's going to kind of come up here and set. So it's actually going to be, coming down in this direction instead of at a lower angle. So the idea is to put some massive windows in the front here that have very high R value. My opinion, American-made windows pretty much suck. I mean, I know there's some good ones out there, far and few between. So I'm going to go for some European triple pane tilt and turn windows. I think the U.S. is kind of starting to catch up a little bit, but I still think they're pretty far behind. Even if you find a triple pane window, they're not thermally broken, which means that heat can actually travel from one side of the structure to the other through the connection of what the window's actually made out of, where the European style windows, they actually put a great amount of effort in to diminish that situation. So I do plan on using European tilt and turn windows, and tilt and turn mean that you can actually take the window, you can turn it one way and open it like a door, and it'll come in, it'll open indoors. Or you can close it and turn the handle the other way, or, however that mechanism works. And you can tilt it down so the hinge will be on the bottom and the window actually comes in. So this is your wall, your window's in the wall. You can tilt it down like this so your window actually hangs into the inside of your house. So even if it's raining, if the rain's coming down, water's not going to get in and up and out. So you can actually, I guess you'd have a chance for water to come through the side there. But if it's a light rain and you got good eaves, should be able to keep those open. So that's nice. So anyways, so the idea is, if I want to be able to heat the house with the sun in the winter, I need to keep the UV rays out in the summer. With the sun being up higher, I plan on either putting, awnings over this window. There's awning simulators out there that'll show, at this date and time, the sun will be here, and it'll show you, what kind of shade that area will cover, and it'll show you where the sun will get through. So if I pay attention to that well enough, I should be able to figure out some pretty good shading alternatives. But they also have an exterior window shade that I'm really interested in, and that is a box that sits on the exterior side of your wall, and there's a motor in there, and there's tracks or cables that come down that are permanently attached, and then you can press a button or manually, bring the shades down or whatever, but they'll come down right along this track or cable, and they'll actually cover the window, which is really neat, because that will actually, before the sunlight gets in to the house, it'll block it. Whereas your traditional shade, you would have your shade on the inside. The sun has already shone through the window. That energy's inside your house. All you're doing is blocking the light any further inside your house. But that energy, that heat, it's all there. It's just being radiated behind it against the wall, but it still gets into your house. So it really doesn't do anything to block energy. So I think I'm going to plan on using some sort of shade. My walls, I'm going to do maybe 2x6 construction. if I do 2x6 construction, that will give me an R. What I want to do is 2x6 with dense pack insulation fill on the exterior. And with that, that should give me, I don't remember the R value, I can tell you here. The R value would be 19.8. So dense pack, whoops, dense pack 19.8. Whoop, 8. I think I can write. There we are. And then on top of the dense pack insulation, so this is another side view of the wall. It's a 2x6. This is filled with dense pack insulation, which is really, what is that, 5.5 inches or something. And then on the exterior of the wall, I want to put another layer. I think it's 3 or 3.5 inches of rock wool, mineral rock wool, which is a spun stone. It's hydrophobic, so it doesn't like water. You can pour water on it, it'll run off, it'll try to repel it. Being that it's made out of spun stone, that will resist fire. So we're going to have another we'll put 3.5 inches there. So we'll have a total of a 9-inch wall. That Roxol insulation is another 23 R value. So I'd have a total of 42.8 R wall. And then the ceiling, what I'll do is I'll have a raised truss. So the truss will actually come up before it comes over. And then, you'll have your typical whatever here. But that'll allow me to fill lots and lots of insulation on the inside. And the idea is to get maybe around an R60 value here. And then I do plan on having a full basement. And under the basement, I'm going to have 3 inches of EPS foam. That's expanded polystyrene, I think. Just to decouple that house from the ground. If it's not decoupled from the ground, any heat that I accumulate in here, or even if in summer, if I cool it, if this house is just sitting with a poured floor right on the ground, it's just a big giant thermal heat sink. It'll suck that heat out of the house, put it into the ground. So that's my idea here. I'm going to have a wall here. I'm going to continue the Roxol down here and then probably insulate on the inside of the wall just to make it easier for construction purposes. I want a continuous air barrier, maybe coming around the entire structure. I still need to figure out some details on how I'm going to make that happen. But so anyways, that's the idea. And then one step further, so if we say this is south now, I kind of want to lay my house out. So, the cold side of the house that won't get sunlight, that you don't need sunlight in so much, I want to put bedrooms back here, maybe bathrooms, and then in the front side of the house, I'm going to put a kitchen, a dining room, living room, all up in here with these giant windows. And then just because of the layout of my property, I'm going to have a garage over here. And the idea is to be able to, pull in, take your groceries straight to the kitchen. My first idea was to have some stairs where you could actually come from the garage and go straight down the stairs if you want. But I started tweaking this. I actually had an architect draw something up, based on my plan. And it wasn't very expensive for that person. But then that person actually retired after I wanted to make some changes. I just wanted something, a professional eye on it. So I ended up starting to talk to another architect, and I got some plans kind of starting to become drawn up in concrete, but not quite yet. So this is kind of what I came up with. You can see here's the area where the kitchen, the living room, dining room's here, kitchen's here, living room's here. I'm going to have, large windows here and here. And the first idea that I had was I'm going to have a covered, so this is a covered porch going around this whole area. And I wanted a covered porch because it would automatically deal with that whole, the awning situation here that I spoke of. But I thought about it. And because I can get those exterior window roller screens that block the sun before it gets into the house, I thought about the cost of having a covered porch, all the material for a deck, all the material for a roof, and the maintenance, the upkeep. I thought, you know what? I don't think I want that. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to remove all that wraparound porch. I'm just going to have a small porch, entry-level porch here. And get rid of all this covered porch. I still think I'm going to keep a little deck over here. And I thought it'd be nice, if I'm in the living room, I can get outside easy here, go outside easy here. And I thought it'd be neat to have a way out of the bedroom. It's an egress in case any issues happen, fire, somebody's in my house that I don't want in there and I need to get out, or whatever happens. I thought it might be nice to have a door in that bedroom. So anyway, yeah, you'd walk in through the garage, and this is my stairs here that I talked about. My architect actually, that I'm talking to now, flipped this around because I told him I want a bathroom up here, just a small half bath, where if I'm outside a lot. If I'm working, I don't have to come in the house and run all the way down and, through the house to use the restroom. I could just run in, use this lavatory here. And he kind of convinced me. He says, no, that's old 1980 stuff. You don't want that. And that's where we left it. But in the back of my mind, I was still putting it in. And then the next visit with him, he showed me this drawing, and he flipped the stair. He put the stairs, instead of going straight down, he flipped them here, going down. And he put a lavatory in here with a closet here. I originally had like a little mudroom sink and some storage space, some closet storage space. So I kind of like that idea. And on my first sketch that I gave him on, the one I made, I had a, what would you call it? Like a Bilco entry door that I was going to put here where I could actually enter the basement. I got a barn over here. So it'd be nice to run to and from the barn and go straight down into the basement, back and forth. But he kind of surprised me again. He removed that and he said, well, why not keep your stairs inside the garage? Then you don't have any exterior, openings to deal with. And I thought, okay, you know what? I could deal with that because I did plan to have this door here anyway. So that'll be nice. Be able to come in, be a little longer walk, but so what? So anyways, you could see how I situated my plan. I did group all the bathroom fixtures together here, with the exception of a sink, and now the bathroom that he added on for me. It's going to be relatively low plumbing cost. There's not much to run in terms of piping. It's all clustered together. So that's going to be nice. He also suggested that this closet is going to be 6 foot by 9 foot, which is, I think it's a pretty big closet for the lady. But the women that want their big closets, they can't be big enough. So anyways, he did suggest that maybe I steal a little space from the living room here and bring this back. Maybe and make it a real big closet. And that's cool. So when I designed this house, I mean, obviously it wasn't built for form. It was built for function. And there was a couple things that I wanted when I started sketching this around. I wanted the bedrooms in the back, the bathrooms in the back, clustered together. I wanted a large closet for her. I wanted a basement. And that was almost it. I want a nice big tub. That's going to be a 6-foot tub, because I can't fit in tubs too well. I'm kind of tall. In the standard tub, I'm either my legs are poking out or I'm sitting up and my legs are underwater and nothing else is. So that was my other requirement. So this is what I came up with. I want to try to keep it as simple as possible. I guess one main, probably pretty obvious thing here is efficiency on building a house for both cost and energy performance is the surface area to wall ratio. And you can see I don't have any bump outs. I don't have any, funky corners, any stupid little, things hopping out, making little rooms on the outside or anything. It's just a square. So that maximizes my area to wall ratio. Not only that, but when you start if you put a bump out on a room, every single corner costs money. You got to do all that soffit work, where all the corners meet. You got to, you're going to have a gable end roof coming off here like this. Now you got a place for leaves to collect. You got snow accumulation. You got, a potential chance for water infiltration. So I'm going to have a real simple sloped roof. This is just essentially going to be a gabled garage roof and a gabled house roof. And I guess this is the only other, perpendicular gable that I'll have here. So, it's going to come out like that. I think you guys can get the idea. So anyways, that's kind of what I've been working on. And I've been planning this for a couple of years now. I wonder if I forgot anything before I move on here. I guess the washer and dryer is there. Well, for efficiency. I mean, where do you take stuff to and from the washer and dryer? The bedrooms. Well, here you see a quick access from each bedroom. Oh, and the bathrooms too. So right now I have to walk from one damn side of my house all the way to the other to get to the washer and dryer. This isn't much space. A lot of people want a bigger laundry room. This is just a little nook with double doors. But I'm okay with that. That's what I have now. It's in a hallway. We make it work. And I guess I don't know any better, so I'm not expecting anything bigger. So I'm going to make that work. But anyways, it'd be fun to see if anybody's actually watching this video, if anybody has any feedback on, what might be neat to add or alter or change on here. I'm all ears. I think it'd be great to hear something from anybody. One thing I've been doing over these past couple of years, I have been collecting lots and lots of material. I have toilets, I have sinks, I have deep well pumps, I have most of my cabinetry for my kitchen. My kitchen is going to be 2 simple walls with a huge island. And underneath that island, there's going to be lots of cabinetry. You see, I don't have a stove in here. Of course, I don't show the refrigerator either, but I'm going to have a stove to bake in. But for a cooktop, I'm not going to have, this is all going to be a total electric house. I'm going to have lots of solar panels. But to cook on gas is not going to happen. I guess it could be an afterthought, which might be kind of silly, but I don't think I'm going to need it. When I cook, I'm going to use those little inductive cookers. I'll go get one. I'll show you what I'm talking about. Oh, no, I won't. The missus moved it. I don't know where it is, but it's, little small, I don't know, maybe 18 by 18 inductive cookers. I'll set it on the countertop and I'll cook. I mean, how many burners do you usually use when you cook? When you're not cooking an Easter dinner, anything like that? Usually you typically use 1, maybe 2. So you don't need all that wasted stove space, right? I mean, most of the time I'll cook like maybe 1 pan of water or something, and I'll get that inductive cooker out. I'll set it on the countertop and I'll do my business. And then when I'm done using it, I'll just put it away. It could sit out too, but I could also move my stove around that way. I could, something's going on the island, I can come over here, stick it over here, I can cook. Or I could, put it over here and cook. Or I could put one here and put one here. Or hell, I can even take it outside. My plan is, since I'm not going to have a covered porch, I'll have a nice gazebo up. I built a pretty nice looking gazebo. It's in my current house. That's on another video. If you missed that one, check it out. It's real sweet. I got to add some gutters to it, but I plan on making a neat outdoor area with patio and gazebo and kind of make it real enjoyable outside. So I could take, those inductive cooktops and bring them outside. So anyways, that's what I'm working on. I could show you some of the stuff that I bought. Let's see here.
So this is just some of the stuff. I've got an inverter. I got insulation. I've got a toilet tank, a bidet seat even. That's kind of funny. I've got, man, you name it, pull-outs for cabinetry. Here's a whole house fan. I've got a deep well pump. I've got a manifold for the plumbing for the water system. I got a load center, 40 space 200 amps. I mean, I got all this stuff that I've been collecting. I got it in a barn that I'm keeping track of. And the deal is I get these at discount. That's why I'm collecting them. That's why I'm taking my time. Many times I'm getting them for half cost at auction sites and things like that. So you could see, like for this one, for example, here's the total price that I paid. That's the inverter that I currently have. I paid $722 for a $1,200 inverter. That one actually came off eBay. I got lucky. I don't know. Where's another nice one? Here's the bidet seat. That's silly. I didn't save a thing. And what I did is I bought that because it went with something else that I got. It adapts to a toilet that actually sticks out of the wall. It doesn't sit on the floor. It sits out of the wall, or it sits on the wall. So I want to be able to mop underneath the toilet. Let's see. I don't know. There I got a warming drawer for like your buns or whatever when you're cooking, or I don't know. I got it because I got it for $166 and it's normally $440. Why not? I got this whole house fan. Normally, $800 fan. I picked it up for $146. Here's I don't know. Well, you get the idea. This breaker box I got for $81. It normally goes for $119. Here is a towel shelf. Why anybody would pay $270 for a towel shelf, I don't know. That's what it retails for. I got it for $39. So anyways, you could see all this stuff that I've been collecting. So that's what I've been up to. Again, back to the idea of the house, though. Would love to hear your opinions, your ideas, what you're thinking. I've been collecting a lot of data from a lot of people and putting my thoughts together, and I've been refining this as time goes on. My hope is to build within the next 3 years. Anyway, I've been rambling on here. Thanks for watching.